Hi everyone, it's time for our second video. The sun is out today, it's an incredibly hot day, but science doesn't wait for anyone. So we've put our sun cream on, I've got a couple of helpers behind me on the playground, and we are about to show you all of the equipment we're using for our Spinoland School space program. So stay tuned and you get to see all of the real bits and pieces, along with a couple of our helpers. I'm afraid we had a few technical issues when we came to edit today's video. It turns out the sound wasn't quite as clear as we'd hoped. Hopefully you can hear what we're saying, but if you do struggle, please feel free to turn on subtitles. Sorry for the inconvenience. We'll do better next time. Hi everyone, so I've got a couple of friends here with me today, Harry and Jack. Today we're going to be showing you the actual equipment that we're going to be sending Trodon into space with. The last time you saw this was that drawing inside the video that we showed, but this is the real thing. So this is, to begin with, Trodon's actual spacecraft that one of you, sometime at Spinoland, is going to have to name. Would you like to hold it, see how heavy it is, and tell us what it feels like to actually hold that in place? How does it feel?
It's quite light.
It is, it's really light. So we purposely make it quite light out of very, very lightweight wood for a couple of reasons. One is it makes it easier to lift it up into space. The other is when it's coming back down and it lands on someone, Yep, he's still good. So it keeps it nice and safe no matter where the craft lands. We've also made it a triangle because a triangle is a really, really strong shape. But it also means that when it lands, it's most likely to land this way up so that it can actually see the sky and tell us where it's landed. Now, there are three corners to this, and we need to talk through what all the different parts are to this bit of the spacecraft. Which would you like us to start with? Any suggestions?
This camera.
The camera is a great idea.
Yeah.
So the camera is just here. This is a GoPro. It's called a GoPro 360 or a GoPro Ultra, I think. The idea of this is that it's more than just a normal little GoPro. It's a 360-degree camera. So it has a lens on both sides, one on the front and one at the back. And inside, when it films, it turns it into a big kind of spherical video.
Can you see both sides, so you could see the balloon itself and then you could see space?
Yes, exactly. So when we get it back, the video, we'll make a video everyone can watch, but if you're watching it on YouTube or on your phone or your computer, you'll be able to steer around and look up or look down. You can see Trodon, see the balloon when it bursts, look at whatever you want. Wow. And one of the ideas is, if you're there at the summer fair, when we launch it, you'll be able to look down and see yourself waving goodbye to Trodon as he rises. Okay, shall we come on to the next bit? What about this part? Do either of you know what this one is? This part is our satellite tracker. So we need to know where Trodon lands. And some people would put on a mobile phone, or they'd put on one of those Find My little AirTag things. But there's a problem with those. If it lands somewhere where there's no mobile phone signal, we wouldn't know where Trodon is. So this is a professional satellite tracker. And the way that this works is it talks back to the satellites in space every few seconds and says where it is. The best part about this is, no matter where Trodon lands on Earth, could be the North Pole, the equator, anywhere, Buckingham Palace, we'd know where he is, guaranteed.
Would we have to go to Buckingham Palace?
If he landed there, yep, we may have some interesting answers if he did land there. The final point we haven't screwed on yet.
Is he going to land in England?
We think so. So we can guess where he lands because there are equations we can do that tell us where we think he's going to land.
In London, my cousins will be able to pick up.
That's right. We're going to have lots of crews nearby to help collect him. So at the moment, we think he's going to land somewhere between here and Bristol, which is quite far away, but it means it's at least not too far. Now, the third point, this one, we're going to have to put a battery on. And the reason why is because the camera and the transceiver need a battery to work. But space doesn't just have air and no air, it's also very, very, very cold. And batteries tend not to work when it's cold. So we have a special battery that's going to go here to keep it all working even when it's in space. So that's the craft itself. Shall we move on to show people the next part of it?
Yeah, sure.
So at the top of this craft, we are going to have our string that attaches like this. This is a very special cord called shock cord. About 12 feet higher than that, there's going to be the next part of it. So shall we clap and cut here and we'll jump to the next part of the video? Okay, so we've moved on to the next part. What is this part of the craft, guys?
The spaceship, the Parachute.
The parachute, that's the one. So this is a very special type of parachute. You've probably seen parachutes before when people have been skydiving or paragliding. They're great, big and rectangular. Now they're really good because you can steer, but they're not great because you need to be able to get them open. They need lots of control. Trodon, amazing as he is, not so good at steering. His little dragon arms just can't quite do it. So we have a special type of parachute called a drogue parachute. This parachute, there we go, Harry, you can keep holding on. If you hold on to the end there, when it opens up, it looks more like a bucket. And it can open up by itself, and it will slow him down lots more than a much bigger parachute. So this is going to go above the spacecraft, and when the balloon bursts, the wind will rush into it and open it by itself. And it's just because it's this very special shape that it can slow him down lots and lots. So I think we now need maybe a demonstration. Are you ready? Going to count them down, Harry? 3, 2, 1, go! There we go. Okay, well done, Jack. So did you see the parachute opened up like it looked like a claw? That helps it capture much more air and slow things down. Jack, how did the parachute feel when you were running? Did you feel it pulling on you?
Yeah, kind of.
Good. That's what's going to slow Trodon down. Right, who's ready for the last part of Trodon's craft?
Me.
Okay, ready then? We're going to have a clap again and start for the next part of the video. Okay, here we are at the last part of our video. What do you think is inside here?
The balloon.
The balloon, that's right. Now, I'm going to pass you the balloon in a second, but first of all, have you both blown up a balloon before?
Yeah.
How big is that balloon? Can you show me? It's
Kind of
like when it's not blown up, just when it's just the rubber by itself. Quite small, yeah? Okay, so hold out your hands together just here. This is one balloon. There you go.
Oh,
How does that feel?
heavy.
Very heavy, isn't it?
Like,
Now this, yeah, up it comes. This is what's called a meteorological balloon. So scientists use these for real, and we're helping do this. We're going to be sending up a little bit with the camera and stuff with it to do this. This is called a meteorological balloon. These are sent up all the time to measure the atmosphere. They can measure pollution. They can be used to measure the way that our atmosphere is changing. And they're also used to measure the weather. So whenever you see weather forecast, sorry?
No, how do they see it from there? Like the pollution?
Well, when a scientist sends up a balloon like this, they use just the same kind of stuff we do. But instead of sending up a dragon and a camera, they might send up a small computer that sends back data to say, here's how much pollution there is, or here's how strong the wind is blowing.
So they would sacrifice their computers to see the pollution?
Well, actually, they usually get their computers back, just like we're going to with Trodon. But what we're going to do now is the last part of our video. You've seen all the different parts together. What we're going to do is we're going to cut in a second. Jack, Harry and I are going to lay this out on the ground in one big long line so everyone can see just how big our craft is going to be. So guys, you ready? You turn back to the camera and say, join us in a moment.
Join us in a moment.
Okay, so we have now laid out all of the equipment that you've just seen, and now you're going to see just how big it is all together. So Harry is here at Trodon's base, and if we look all the way over there, give us a wave, Jack. Jack is up where the balloon will be. Now the balloon is not inflated right now because we want to keep it safe and we want to make sure it doesn't burst before we have any problems there. But if we walk slowly along, you can see it's a really, really long journey here from where Trodon will be sitting on his craft. We have 12 feet of military strength shock cord, which then attaches to the parachute. And the parachute will look like this when it's climbing up. It'll be held taut, and when the balloon bursts, it'll open. Then another 12 feet of military shock cord. We then have what's called the deployment cable, and finally the balloon itself, which will be inflated and blown up and carrying Trodon up. So it's going to look huge. Here it is laid on the ground and it's really long. This will be pointing up into the sky, ready for us to take off. So thank you to Harry, thank you Jack for helping volunteer to look after Trodon's craft and help explain everything during this video. If you'd like to take part in any of these videos, you are always more than welcome. Just let us know at the PTA or capture one of us in the playground. We're always happy to have you take part. We've got lots more videos still to come where we're going to be talking through what might go wrong, talking through how we'll fill up the balloon, and show you much more on our journey to get Trodon into space. For now, thank you for watching, and we'll be seeing you at our summer fair.